Want to honor the characters, universes, and even goobers already created, recognize the missteps, and tell a compelling story? Let's sling on down to the streets of a New York as real as any Scorsese film is mean, with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can.
Welcome to Mundy on Monday, where I am long on thoughts but short on time. First off, the look of this film is gorgeous and immersive. The style is both informative to the narrative and delicious to enjoy. This is a comic book movie by look alone. Sorry, Hulk, this is how it's done. No, not that one. Yikes, not even that one. Okay, so neither? Anyway, we've come a long way, haven't we?
You dull creature, I will not be bullied by that.
The two art directors, Dean Gordon and Patrick O'Keefe, and the whole team at ImageWorks need to be lauded first. Curating a look that is not a slapped-on transcription of a 2D comic onto screen, but rather the transformation of the screen into a dynamic comic. Now, I don't want to get into the weeds here, too late, but by eliminating motion blur with a cool CMYK offsetting, combined with camera placement mimicking Steadicam live action, the results are comic book replications frame by frame. For the story, of course, it's based on an already existing Marvel comic, and this one from the 2014 one, but what's super fun is that much of this was introduced way back in the 90s in the animated series. Now, that 1994 series might be the most influential moving image version of the comic, whose resonance pulsates through every storyline and attitude we've watched on the screen since. And considering Sony's struggles to keep up with the ever-expanding comic universes within their own limited licensed properties, hearkening back to this can't be a bad idea anyway. See the new Far From Home trailer for the latest example. Please be good. The plot is simple, uncomplicated, and familiar. As a result, it's the characters, the relationships that emotionally drive, animate this. Our unlikely hero is a true underdog, trying to just grow up without standing out.
I love you, Miles.
Yeah, I know that.
You gotta say I love you back.
Dad, are you serious?
I wanna hear it.
Look at this place.
Dad, I love you.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
Given the weight of a franchise and entirely picked over universe to walk through, Miles Morales is supported and girded most acutely by an awesome real New York family, and then at large by a story that doesn't just carry that weight, but also allows him to launch, clumsily of course, into a new reality of Spider-Man. Not a lesser apologetic version, but a real, legitimate, center stage Spider-Man. Not to mention, although I'm mentioning it, so now that's negated, can we please let other wide-release studio animated films take note about the humor? Nothing here feels like a joke for the punchline's sake. Like the best of narrative humor, it springs from the established character, and in this case, even the established universe or universes, in order to deepen our understanding of them. The result is, my intelligence felt lifted up, rather than pandered down. 2. That's a satisfying viewing experience, no matter how you draw it. Also, each performance here is touching and as cohesive as they are unique. Which brings me to the larger point. So let's look at it. Stick with me. Spider-Man traditionally celebrates what makes us different. Unified under shared experiences, fears, and hopes. The ever-present mask of Spidey, famously allowing readers to put themselves inside the stories, and the powers of Spidey giving the reader a chance to put things right in broad strokes while still masked, secretly battling the minutiae of everyday life at home. But eventually, we want to be able to take the mask off. We want to be known fully. But as we see in these Spidey stories and in our own lives, unless we first know we are loved to the same extent to which we are known, we will always want to hide accordingly. And so, where do we want to go to do this, to take the mask off? Where we would call home. And just like all these alternate universe Spideys in this movie, we all just want to go to be home. But a true and real, beautiful home. That place where we don't just feel fully known and fully loved, but actually are fully known and fully loved. Yet we struggle because this type of beauty, limited by and to our imagination, sounds appropriately here like an alternate universe, as we even see played out here by this story's conceit. That's why I think the web supporting the longing for that home must be a beauty large enough to capture all these alternate universes into one universe, one home of ultimate beauty, where we all versions of our Spidey selves are known fully as the individuals we cry out to be, and loved fully as the united community we cry out to be with. Thusly, Kingpin can be sympathetic to the extent we understand his pain, and Spider-Man can be heroic to the extent we experience how he uses it. And that brings me to the famous line.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility. Awesome. Iconic. Love it. But buyer beware. Where is the grace? Because there is a quiet implication here. The listener may walk away with guilt if and when they don't live up to the amount of power they are told or think they have. This is a problem with flattery, by the way. Tell me how powerless I am, and like Miles, I will resent it. However, it might not just save my life, it might save others too. This weight, then, that we feel is the universe. And the word weight means glory, and glory by definition is beautiful or beauty. So to complete a very large circle, what if the weight, glory, beauty we feel in the longings of our heart and guilt and hopes point to an actual beauty so grand and so large that it not only covered our universe, it covered the entire Spider-Verse, every universe. Maybe what we truly long for isn't to be the heroic one, but to know there is a heroic one with beauty large enough to cover all our failings of living up to the power-responsibility ratio, all our lives, all our imaginations, our universes. An impossibly inescapable beauty in one impossibly inescapable universe. Then, no matter our power and no matter our responsibility, when we succeed, we are then not awed with ourselves, but with the even larger beauty. And when we fail, we are not crushed by our expectations or those of others, but buoyed and even lifted out of it by this even larger beauty. That's where all the excellent comic books, superheroes, fantasy, myth all point. There, I said it. And when a film like this one tells a story of such beauty with such skill as it did, it cannot help but remind us that this longing, this beauty is a gift already given, a hero who's already won, and a home already prepared, all waiting for us to just simply rest in it. And that is an inescapable web of beauty. So, happy swinging, and that's my Mundy. Now back to yours.
Any size, catch your speeds, just like flies, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man.